champagne problems on piano, that has to happen. Like, I would literally be on the floor if she sang Mean with a banjo. But if Taylor Swift played this like acoustically, I think I would go into cardiac arrest. I don't think it's likely that she'll play Last Kiss, but if she did, I would not shut up about it for the rest of my life. I'm running out of different Taylor Swift merch to wear in my videos, and it's a real tragedy. I'm just gonna have to keep buying more. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Nena. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so happy to have you, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back. How's it going? It has officially been 1 month and 2 days since the Taylor Swift tickets went on sale, and we fought for our lives in the Ticketmaster verified fan pre-sale. I just needed a little bit more time to go by to do this video. I was gonna do this video right away, but I don't know. It was a bit of a sore subject, but alas, I did end up getting tickets to the Eras tour, which I am eternally grateful for, and thank God every day for letting me have them. And so it's got me thinking about what this concert is gonna be like, what songs, the structure, the stage, like what it's all gonna happen. I genuinely think we are not prepared because I just feel like Taylor Swift always surprises us in the best way, but still, it's like we're never correct. But I thought anyways that I would do a video talking about kind of like my ideal set list, what I would love to see with the Eras tour, and also maybe some predictions that I have that might happen. I don't know. And this is a list of things that I've been adding to for like a month of different things I keep thinking about for the tour and what I think's gonna happen. And I'm sure I will change my mind and add over the next, I don't know, 6 months until the concert starts. But yeah, comment down below if you guys ended up getting tickets and which show you're going to. Maybe I'll see you out there. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so Taylor Swift has released so many albums since Lover that she has not toured yet. So we have Lover, Folklore, Evermore, Fearless Taylor's version, Red Taylor's version, and Midnights. That's 6 albums and about 90 new songs that have come out since Taylor Swift last toured, which is so insane. There's absolutely no way that she's going to be able to play a significant amount of songs from each album. So the way that she's gonna choose the set list is probably gonna be very thought out and strategic, and I am just praying that she doesn't just play the singles from each album, because I feel like there are so many songs that deserve to be like heard live and played live, and I just don't know how many times I can listen to Blank Space. I love Blank Space, Shake It Off, like all the classics obviously, but man, there's some songs that I would love to see live. And so at the end of the video, I'm just gonna go through and list off songs that I wanna see, but we'll get into like the specifics first. For an opening sequence, let's see, for an opening, I imagine that she's gonna do some kind of like visual element to the opening that's gonna be very grand. Obviously, Taylor Swift's openings are very captivating and big. Like every time I think about Ready for It, I just get chills, man. Like the opening of Taylor Swift shows, she knows how to do it, especially like with the playlist before she goes on stage, like the song right before she goes on stage, like everybody knows which one it's gonna be, and then the lights dim, and then, you know, for Reputation, baby, let the games begin, you know? So anyways, it's gonna be something big, and so what I think is that she's definitely going to incorporate the clock. And I think it might be kind of like New Year's Eve style, a countdown, essentially. Maybe there's a visual element to each countdown. So you know how we have like the Bejeweled bracelet and each little gem represents an album, and just like the Bejeweled music video where she has like the different floors and the different like needle thing of all the albums. So maybe each hour is a different album. It starts and the clock strikes 1 and we get some kind of visual supercut montage of the debut album and a little snippet. Clock strikes 2, so on and so forth. Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, Reputation, Lover, all the way to Midnights, which is technically her 12th album. I think that would be interesting. And then as soon as the clock strikes 12, there's gonna be probably some kind of countdown to midnight. And then as soon as the clock strikes 12, I think it's gonna say, meet me me at midnight, like Lavender Haze. I think that would be like, I think she set this up to be an opening song for a tour. I think Taylor Swift has been planning out this tour longer than we know, because I think ever since Loverfest was canceled, I think she knew that the next step would be this, because she would be re-recording her albums. If she's going the route of kind of like focusing on midnights a little bit more for this tour, then definitely I think she would open with Lavender Haze. But if she was gonna go chronologically, maybe she would open up with something from the debut album, but I don't know if she would. If she was going to open with something from the debut album, I think it would either be Our Song, Should Have Said No. I think either one of those two. But the other thing about Lavender Haze is that it's like perfectly set up to be mashed up with I Think He Knows. The chorus and just the beat, everything about those two songs like matches up in energy and also just like musically. As soon as I heard Lavender Haze, it felt like I Think He Knows. So that would be like my first thing for the opening sequence. There's a couple different ways she could go about structuring the show. I think maybe she's going to make it kind of like more of like a play, like a story. So there's different acts in the story. And I think maybe if she went, by era, then the songs from Midnights that are inspired by whichever midnight in her life could kind of be weaved throughout the show. So let's say You're on Your Own, Kid. If she wanted to weave that into like the debut era, because that talks about when she was a kid and that was her first album, I feel like the songs from Midnights could fit in to the other eras in different places. For example, Would've, Could've, Should've obviously fits in with Speak Now because of that whole parallel with Dear John. I don't know if she would do that. Yeah, but I think maybe the Bejeweled music video kind of was an Easter egg for how the tour is gonna be, and a lot of people think that ending scene is an Easter egg for how the stage is going to be with the clock and everything. But the thing about Taylor's stage is that it is on the side, and she has like that really long catwalk that reminds me of 1989 tour when she had that really long catwalk, and then but in the middle she has a really big like square stage. I don't think we understand how big this stage is going to be. I saw someone compare this stage to Reputation, and it's so big. This was like the best way for for everyone to feel like they're getting a really good view of the show. So I think she could do different acts, like act 1 be like country Taylor, like debut Fearless vibes, and then Speak Now and Red, and then group them, Evermore and Folklore go together, and then I would love to see like a red maroon moment. I just feel like the only way she's going to fit as many songs into the show as she can is if she mashes up a bunch of songs or does like medleys of songs, because I can only imagine this selection process for the track list is probably really difficult. That's why I think every show is going to be a little bit different, because there's no way, like I said, she's gonna be able to play every single song she wants to play and every single song we want to hear. So as far as the structure of the show, I think it's gonna be more like theatrical. Taylor Swift is always theatrical, and it feels like she has different sections of her show. It's like she has the opening section where she does like 3 or 4 songs, and then she does her costume change, and then she comes out in a different outfit, and then she's walking and doing a speech, and then she's flying in a basket, and then she goes to the B stage and she does 2 songs, and then she does her acoustic set, and then she goes to the other stage. It's like there's always like these different sections of the concert that honestly probably help her more with like having endurance and stamina during the show, so she gets a break when she does her acoustic set, and then she gets a break when she gets in the basket thing, and then also she'll do a couple songs, and then she'll do her piano section. And so I still think she's going to incorporate all of those elements that she always usually has during her concert. The rest of my list is just like a bunch of random things that I am predicting or would love to see. And I think another thing I want to see is kind of her pulling in different elements from each tour that she's done. I think that would be really cool. For example, like maybe like the drums from Holy Ground, or the tree that she sat under on the Speak Now tour, or different instruments that she used during those eras. The sparkly guitar. I would love to see the sparkly guitar. Like Absolutely. And maybe even bring back some of the costumes. I feel like that is definitely possible. I don't think she wants to completely just like mimic the other tours, but just kind of put like her new twist on everything from the past. And I feel like if anyone's gonna be like successful in doing that, it's gonna be her. She's not just gonna be like reusing stuff. I would love to see Karen the Snake make a reappearance. I don't know how or when, but I feel like that's necessary. I saw a theory that's like maybe she's going to section the show by like category, like falling in love, heartbreak, revenge, acceptance. Like that would be kind of cool, like a revenge section where it's like, look what you made me do, better than revenge, picture to burn. Like I think she has common themes throughout all of her albums, so that could be something, a way for her to mix all the eras together. I would love to see the fearless chair throw during Forever and Always. I would love her to bring that back. I just know that she's going to do all 10 minutes of All Too Well. Like that's a given. I feel like we're all in agreement, and I do think she'll play it acoustically. I don't know if she's going to do a whole production, but if she did do a whole production, I feel like it would feel like the short film, you know, like very symbolic, very storytelling. So that's the two ways I see it going. Acoustic on guitar or short film interactive like play vibes, you know? I feel like maybe because Folklore and Evermore are so tame compared to all the pop songs, and they're not the same vibe as like a stadium tour, you know? Like some of the songs would be kind of difficult to play and like have that feeling that it's supposed to have for that specific album and song. So I think during her acoustic set, she's gonna do a Folklore Evermore surprise song every night, like a different song from either of those albums on guitar. That's something that I think she's gonna do. Or I think it'd be really cool if she did the Folklore Love Triangle, the songs all together, and with Cardigan, Betty, and August. I would just love to see it. Champagne Problems on piano. I think that has to happen. Absolutely. And Taylor Swift said that in an interview, her Apple Music interview. She was like, I just really want to hear people scream the words back to me. What a shame she's effed in the head. And so the fact that she said that means she wants to perform it. I think piano is like the perfect way to perform Champagne Problems. I think also on piano, I would love for her to do Peace into Sweet Nothing. That's a lot to ask for, and I understand, but I saw so many people say that Sweet Nothing is kind of a response to Peace, like the perspective of Peace. Her saying, I could never give you peace, and then the response being like, well, all I ever wanted from you was nothing. Like, you didn't have to give me anything. Anyways, I would love to see those mashed up piano version. Of course, she's gonna do Delicate because she's already confirmed that by liking a TikTok. I forget what the TikTok said, but obviously we gotta do 1, 2, 3, let's go on tour. Like, that's a given. Our little inside joke there. It would be my absolute dream if she brought back the banjo and did Mean. Like, I think I would die. Like, I would literally be on the floor if she sang Mean with a banjo. That performance is just so iconic to me, and Mean being my Swiftie conversion song, I think it would just be a full circle moment for me to hear it on tour because I haven't ever heard it live before. I think it'd be really cool for her to mash up Out of the Woods and Question, because as we know, in Question, she at the very beginning says, I remember, and that sounds just like Out of the Woods, and you know, I feel like they're part of the same storyline. And if we're talking about like midnight songs being sprinkled throughout the show, I feel like if there was a revenge section of the show, that Karma would be weaved in there. Definitely. It'd be kind of like the ringleader of the revenge section. Maybe she'll have like a magical section. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like Taylor Swift has a lot of whimsical songs spread throughout like her albums. Fearless, Enchanted, The Story of Us, Starlight, Lover, Love Story. If there's like a storybook section, I think that will be kind of mixed in with Bejeweled being kind of like the, you know, magical one. I definitely think she'll do Bejeweled live. Like, we have to. We have to do the shimmer dance, especially with the music video. I think that Bejeweled is going to be an important part of the set list, and I feel like I definitely want to dress up and have my Bejeweled moment, so I would hope that Bejeweled is on the set list. As far as the finale of the show, the encore, the ending, whatever, probably fireworks for sure. She's probably going to do something absolutely spectacular because last time she had fireworks, she had a working fountain on the stage, but I think she'll probably end it with like Long Live or Love Story, because I just feel like that's so defining in different ways. Like Love Story was like her breakthrough single, and it's the song that every person knows, and it's the song she sings at every single show she's ever played at. Long Live is kind of like a song that's like career defining for her and like is connected to the fans the most. Very much like a legacy. And also, if it was an Easter egg in the Bejeweled music video at the very end where she walks out into her castle, Long Live is playing at the end of the video. So I feel like Long Live has to be on the set list. It just has to, because I feel like I would cry. She did have Long Live mashed up with New Year's Day on the Reputation tour, so I don't know if she would bring it back for this tour, but I freaking hope so, because I feel like everybody that would be at the show would be bawling, and I'm so happy that I'm going to the very first show so I don't spoil it for myself, because every single tour before I just like know exactly what the set list is and everything that's gonna happen before I even go to the show, because I can't help myself. So I think it's good this time that I will not know anything about what's gonna happen, so I can fully experience what it's like to see a Taylor Swift concert without knowing every single thing and every breath she's gonna take. So yes, I think those are all of my predictions of the show. And now I'm just gonna go through the list of songs that would kill me if I heard them live. Basically, these are songs that are my dream to be on the set list. In no particular order: Mean, 15, big one, The Way I Loved You, Midnight Rain, Paris, Message in a Bottle, Sparks Fly, Our Song, Mr. Perfectly Fine. I really hope she brings that out of the vault for this tour. Maybe she'll have a vault section. This is just something I'm thinking of right now. That would be really cool if she had a section where there's a literal vault on stage that she opens and then she does like a medley of vault songs. That would be really cool. I would love to see Mirror Ball and have everyone sparkling and have a giant disco ball on stage. That would be amazing. This Is Me Trying. I know it's like really sad and very like not upbeat or anything, but if Taylor Swift played this like acoustically, I think I would go into cardiac arrest. Cornelia Street, but specifically Cornelia Street because it's my favorite song on Lover, and I would die if she played it. And then the last song I wrote down here is Clean. I'm sure there's more songs that I would love to see live. Obviously, there's so many songs I want to see live, but like these songs, I would die. Absolutely. I don't think it's likely that she'll play Last Kiss, but if she did, I would not shut up about it for the rest of my life. And this is why I'm sad that I can't be at every single show ever, but I definitely will be watching it on TikTok, on Tumblr, wherever I can find somewhere to watch every single Taylor Swift concert this summer. I will try to watch it because there's truly nothing like it. And I really hope she's making a documentary or like some kind of live movie about this tour, but I think that she's probably been recording and documenting her process of re-recording her albums. I would love to see behind the scenes of her recording her old albums. Maybe she'll call it like Taylor's version, the doc or something. For all the people who didn't get tickets, I really hope this becomes a movie so that we can all experience it forever and ever and ever. Forevermore, if you will. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna say today. I've just been talking forever. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Always comment down below what other video ideas you have for me. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.